What's up guys, Peepo again, and today's video is going to be about this, the Under Armour Command Head. It only comes in a universal version, and it's going to be priced at $90, basically it's, after tax it's going to be $95, so pretty much middle ground price for most heads out there. A lot of new heads out there especially cost right around $90, $95, some up to $110, so a good middle ground in comparison to a lot of other heads out there. And let me just knock it right out of the park. Under Armour nailed it as far as quality for price, so don't worry about that. You're getting your money's worth. Just before I get into any details, you're getting your money's worth for this head. Just getting right into it, the head is rather simple in appearance. There's not too much going on as far as aesthetics are concerned. There's little to no texture changes except for here, a little bit in the front around the logo, and then very little actually on the struts here. And so that keeps it really simple. You don't have to worry of too much if you plan on dyeing the head. There's not too much going on, so you don't have to worry all that much about that sort of thing. It's really just a whole lot of matte. There's not too much of a glossiness going on, except for in the scoop, which I'll get into later, which is called the Glide Plus Scoop, or Glide Scoop Plus. I would probably prefer to call it that, but anyway, that's the only really area, and I'll get into that in a minute as to why they did that. But overall, by far the best Under Armour head on the market come February 1st, which it will be on display at LaxCon. It will be at their booth, and there will be some guys from Lacrosse Unlimited at the booth. I'll probably swing by there a little bit just to see Bobby and whoever they have at the booth. They haven't really told me who's going to be at the booth. But anyways, getting into it, it has the material appears to be what would be considered normal material for the head, but it actually uses what they call Under Armour temperature stabilizing material. Basically what it does is it evenly distributes pretty much whatever they use as far as the polymer is concerned, so that there's no hot spots. There's no real like, hey, this is going to be a weak spot just because of the type of material that we use. Somehow they found a way to even it all out as best as they can, and there's really not supposed to be any hot spots, no weak points, unless it's just a structural thing, which eventually every head's going to have a problem as far as structure is concerned. So basically, getting away from that, move into your actual Glide Plus scoop that they have designed into it. As you can see, they have a very smooth scoop, just like most of their some of the newer ones are going to have. So like your Vital and your Judgment heads are going to have a Glide scoop. Your Under Armour Honor and Regime heads for the girls side of things are going to have Glide scoops. But now they have this little ridge going on each side of the head, and this is actually supposed to have, they're called directional guides, and basically what they're supposed to do is when you go into scoop, if it kind of feels like your head's going to go this way, because of the curve, it's going to kind of guide you right back onto the ball a little bit. It's not going to do a whole lot, but the math and percentages and everything are there as far as testing is concerned. So they wouldn't put it there if it actually didn't really do something. But so the scoop actually has a smooth spot, so it's glossy right here in the middle on the front and the back, so that it adds to that glide feature to where it's just going to glide or slide across whatever it's going on, whether it's turf, grass, dirt, doesn't matter. It's going to glide right across it and do its job. And then on the inside, the ball is just going to glide off of it right into the pocket. So no real problems there. Still focusing on the scoop, we're going to talk about the actual top holes. Your generic 4 top holes have a little bit of a recess to them, so that the strings are not have no abrasion going on when you're going to scoop, unless of course you're one of those people that likes to rake. But there's a little, yeah, hopefully you can see it, but you can see it a little bit in this one, but there is a little bit of a texture going on inside where the hole is, where the strings will sit against, and it's not gonna tear up the strings, but pretty much whatever size strings you are gonna use, it's gonna kind of help lock in your knots so that your strings aren't gonna move around, and then your pocket becomes inconsistent, even minutely. These two extra holes are probably part of getting rid of weight, as well as if you're one of those extremely custom people, you like to use all 6 top string holes, and basically it's going to keep you generic and so on. But so moving into your sidewalls, great improvement. Finally they've done it. I know a ton of people have been more or less complaining about it. Your top 3 sidewall holes here, these top 3 are all pretty much this hole right here, the same size, all 3 of them. You can fit more than one string through it, and you can do tie-offs like a normal person, and so on and so forth. Moving into your actual sidewall holes, they are not too large but not too small. You can fit probably paracord into them, so it's not going to be too much of a problem when you're stringing those. Like as you can see here, I kind of did a double loop for my traditional to where it will lock it down, but single string is fine. Those sidewall holes are very well spaced. You can pretty much get whatever pocket that you really want into this head with no problem. You're not going to really have a problem as far as that is concerned. Moving into the actual sidewall design, it has a full offset, so pretty much like Warrior and Brine, you kind of have just a straight out. There's not really a curve to it. It's almost completely straight to it. There's not so much struts up top, so you have a little bit of a flex going on up top. But once you get down into the base of the head, there's not too much flex going on here. So I don't really foresee too much hourglassing going on for the front look of the head. It's rather stiff. It's not overly stiff, but there's enough flex there to where you get a little bit of play when you're trying to shoot and pass, so it kind of narrows out and then the pocket becomes a little more accurate. Getting down into the bottom of the sidewalls, they have a couple sidewall holes that are grouped together a little, not to my taste, but it'll work. I feel that it works a little better for your traditionals, or if you want to kind of have a little bit of a unique bottom string, it'll work just fine. The bottom holes of the command are big enough for most leathers. The overly large ones, no. For your regular generic leathers, fit just fine. Top holes, same thing. You can pretty much, because of the positioning of most of these sidewall holes, you can put almost any pocket that you want into this head. So overall, just a great head. It has a little bit of a curved front of the sidewall, so that ball is just going to go right in there. There's not too much going on with the bottom of the head, but there is a lot of the weight will be closer to your hand, so that you have more positive control. They only have one screw hole in the back of the head. There's a decent amount of cutout around it. I know there's leathers in the way, oh well. But a decent amount of cutout around there to cut away weight. And yes, if you've noticed by now, there is no pointed throat to where it kind of digs into your hand. It's nice and rounded. Finally, Under Armour did it. They went rounded with the bottom of it. So thank you. Thank you. Everybody's thanking, and it's one of the first things people notice whenever they see it at the store. They're like, oh, that's an Under Armour head? Why doesn't it have the pokey thing at the... Moving on. Overall, I give great props to Under Armour for listening to the fan base, to everybody out there, just on what it is they want to see from them, and incorporating what people have talked about and everything like that. I think Under Armour has nailed it. Just straight up nailed it. They've had good heads in the past, but this is by far the best head on the market from Under Armour. And remember, it comes out February 1st. You can pre-order it at crossunlimited.com. Pretty much $95. And first come, first serve. Once they come in, it's yours. Okay? So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you got a little bit of basically what you wanted to know about this head. The Under Armour Command head. Command every moment. Just thought I'd throw that out there. That's their hashtag for everything. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you got something out of this. I will catch you later.